Welcome back to Daytime. We're in a snow range here. We're going crazy. I think they titled this event so that it would mess up hosts of television shows. It's a real tongue twister, but it is a great night of comedy, of course, for a great cause to raise awareness, fighting against racism. And the show is called Most Racist Show on Earth. And
What'd you just say there?
See, I knew you were going to do that, Quinn. Quinn Martin joins us, comedian and host of this wonderful show. It's great to have you. Thanks very much for being here.
Very great to be here.
Tell us about the idea, the concept behind this show, and who got it all started.
Well, the show's called The Most Racist Show on Earth, and it was created by Neil Bansell. And he's a comedian himself, and he'll be on the show. What he did was he basically found that a lot of his comedian friends were of a lot of different ethnicities and a lot of different backgrounds. Right. So he decided, you know, maybe I should just put together a show with a lot of these comics so I can showcase their talent, showcase their cultures, and kind of bring other people's cultures together.
Really interesting. So you were saying before that this is the 4th year.
This is the 4th year.
Of the show. So what's the reaction been of people?
Oh, it's been crazy. I mean, the first show we had about, I think, 434 tickets sold out of 450. And then every show after that, every year after that, we sold out all the shows. It just continued to grow. It had great reviews. And people like the concept, and also they like the name. The first advertisements were on radio, and so people would call in and say, "Why are you advertising the most racist show on the earth?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's the most racist, R-A-C-E-S. I don't even say it anymore. I just say most R-A-C-E-S show on earth."
And I think it makes it easier to talk about these taboo subjects. And is that one of the reasons why you're using comedy to talk about some of these serious issues?
Yeah, just so we could all laugh at it. You know, I think everybody remembers that they're at a comedy show. So if I make jokes about stereotypes about being black, I mean, the white people in the audience can all laugh at it, or the Asian people can all laugh at it, because the next comic's Asian, and he's going to do the stereotypes about his background. And then we also noticed that there are a lot of similarities with all the different backgrounds. So we all just kind of laugh at it. And it's kind of cool to also look at the audience and see, you know, a 45-year-old white male in a trucker hat sitting beside, you know, a young Asian male, because their seats ended together, so they're just sitting beside each other, but they're both laughing at everything the same.
Tell us a little bit about your own career, Quinn.
Well, I just been doing stand-up comedy, and you know, I work for Yuck Yucks, do a lot of stand-up comedy. I just headlined the Yuck Yucks downtown last week. I just did a 5-city tour in the U.S. in October. Did Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, Washington, and New York. So I've been around, and I'm still getting around, having a good time doing it.
Do you not find it terrifying getting
in front of people?
Because I can't even imagine.
It's terrifying.
You make yourself so vulnerable going out there and making jokes.
Absolutely terrifying. And you have the pressure of making people laugh. You know, it's not just getting up there and just talking. You know, it's getting up there and talking, and yes, you have to entertain everybody. So there is a bit of pressure, but you know, I think after a long time and after some working at it, I still get very nervous before each and every show, and it's just because I care.
It's probably a good thing, though. The adrenaline and everything makes you more in tune.
Definitely.
So how did you start your career in comedy? Were you always funny, like as a kid and so forth, entertaining everybody? That kid in school that disrupted the entire classroom?
I was not in school. I'm kidding.
Homeschool, that's fine.
I was skipping, and I figured no. I had a lot of friends who I always thought I was a bit of a funny guy. I used to imitate a lot of people, and as I got older, I found a friend of mine, a good buddy of mine, Andrew Sparks. He had a little punk band going, and what he wanted me to do is he wanted me to kind of open for him as they would set up their instruments. And I was like, nah. He's like, yeah. And he kind of gave me that imaginary kick in the butt, and I got out there and started doing it, and I fell in love with it ever since. So been doing comedy ever since.
That's very cool. So this show is coming up on Sunday?
That's correct. Yes, at Centerpoint Theater.
March the 16th.
Yeah, you can get tickets at Ticketmaster or off the website, mostracistshowOnEarth.com. Or Mr. So, if you want to abbreviate it.
Mr. So.
MRSOE.com, and you can get tickets there as well. And, you know, it's going fast. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a knockout.
Now, are you hosting the show?
I'm hosting the show here in Ottawa, I'm headlining the other shows in Toronto. But the show here in Ottawa I am hosting, and I love hosting because I get to go right off the top of my head and right at people in the audience, and it's always a lot of fun. I hosted last year's as well, and it was just amazing. It was a really good time, and And I love the people who come out to the show. Usually the audience is so great, and all the past audiences have been amazing.
Quinn, what's the difference between hosting a comedy show and just being one of the comedians that are going to come up later?
Well, the host kind of is a bit of the crowd controller. You know, you at down points you bring it up, at high points you bring it back down, and kind of let the show run smoothly. Also, you separate yourself from the comedians by not necessarily just doing your material, by also involving the audience and reminding them that they're there and you're here to see these people, and I'm just the one presenting them to you. So you're sort of the middleman who kind of presents the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we have utmost respect for comedians. I mean, like you were explaining earlier, I did it about 12 years ago. Most nerve-wracking experience
Can't even
of my entire
imagine.
life. I'll never do it again.
Imagine.
Thanks very much.
Thanks so much for having me.
Buy tickets. It's going to be a fabulous show. A lot of the best comedians you're going to see. The most racist show on earth.
Yeah.
No, it was just a little. We'll be right back right after this.